Welcome to Last Match Standing, the podcast where we review, relive, and rank the 100 greatest wrestling matches of all time. I'm Landon.
I'm Paul.
And this week, we have the honor of being joined by two esteemed guests making their return to the show. We have none other than the Pro Wrestling 225 champion, the amalgamation Korey Konstantine.
What's up, guys? It's good to be here. Hope to talk to y'all again. Maybe we'll break down some matches. Maybe we'll talk about this big match coming up.
Oh, so excited, Korey. Thanks for coming back. We also have the manager of the former Pro Wrestling 225 heavyweight champion, Mad Dog Gil Gracie, the one and only Big Ramp of Big Ramp Enterprises.
First off, it is the manager of the longest reigning Pro Wrestling 225 heavyweight champion with over 600 days, the Mad Dog Gil Gracie. And yes, I am Big Ramp, and I'm not happy to be here.
Oh, well, you know, regardless of how you feel, we are happy to have you back. I do feel like we have the most star power we've ever had on this show. So thank you both, gentlemen.
Y'all wasn't even here. Y'all wasn't even here last time I was on the show. So don't give me that crap. Y'all give me that crap. Y'all setting me up. This is a setup, and I know it, but I'm still here for it. Let's go.
Rabe, it's always a pleasure to have you on. So we were not on the last episode whenever you were able to come and interview.
Where were you? Where were you guys? Where were you?
Well, I think
both of you.
I think I had like a family emergency. I felt really bad.
You know what? Okay, we're just gonna come out and say it. We were just a little bit intimidated. So
it's a load of crap. It's a load of crap, just like the board of directors at Pro Wrestling 225. It's a board of crap, and all y'all in together. It's a conspiracy. It's a Korey Constantine conspiracy, and I know it.
I mean, the biggest concern that I have for that is that you were intimidated by Ramp.
Man, I wish Spencer was here. We're so regretful that Spencer is not able to be on this call with us, but Paul and I are going to do our best to fill in his absence. Guys, first and foremost, how are you? With everything going on in the world right now, pro wrestling has been forced to evolve. So just how are you holding up? Korey, let's start with you.
I mean, am I happy about any of this? Hell no. I mean, the biggest match of my career to date, I finally take home the 225 heavyweight title, and then within a week and a half, the whole world shuts down. Yeah, I'm a little frustrated, but, you know, I've been trying to channel that a little bit more productively, especially with this match on the horizon. So if Gil had a hard time the first time, he's going to have a harder time this time. We'll just put it that way.
Well, Korey knows how I feel about this. I feel like his championship win was a conspiracy. He had help. He had help from three musty people. How many times must I say this over and over again? He had help from three musty people. It was Purple Haze, right? He's Sausage Head. It was Wild Thing. He's the Sausage Head, and it was Mustang Mike. He even got Must in his name. So he had help, and I don't think he's gonna have that help come October 3rd in Tylertown. So I just want to see. I'm not going to talk all that much. I don't have that much to say about this. I just want to see where it's going to go.
Help? Or was that just leveling the playing field a little bit?
Oh, that was help. That was help. You know you had help.
Right. It was help leveling the playing field. You're right.
You had help. You know you had help, Korey.
I did. I had help evening the odds.
Well, Ramp, you said it. October 3rd, Tylertown, Mississippi, the biggest rematch in PW225 history is going to take place at Tylertown Stampede. Korey, you will be defending your PW225 heavyweight championship against the man you won the title from at March Madness, the Mad Dog Gil Gracie. Last time we had you on, we talked about how you were preparing for the match, what got you to this spot. So how does your strategy change going into the rematch?
I don't know how much it really departs from the original. I mean, the original time I just never said die, right? Now, this time, if we're going to change anything, I've got, 6.5 months of pent-up aggression and I'm just ready to let out, especially with Big Ramp alleging this is a fluke. So, yeah, I hold nothing back this time.
Well, that's cute, Korey. That's really cute. That's real cute. But well, what we've been doing differently is absolutely nothing because he shouldn't have won that title in the first place. And the title's coming home October 3rd. The title's coming home. And that's all I got to say about it. The title's coming home. Shine it up real good, Korey, while you got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, Will,
Yeah,
I want you to see a reflection in it because that's the last time it's ever going to happen.
All right, well, Big Grandpa, I got a quick question for you, buddy. So there is no mistake in calling Mad Dog Gil Gracie the most dominant PW225 champion of all time, the longest reigning PW225 champion in history, the most title defenses, and just a truly intimidating.
Wait, what you trying to take my job? Wait, hold on. Wait. You trying to take my? Wait, you can't be saying all that like that.
No. I'm trying. I'm just trying to shine up real quick, and I just got to ask because we've touched on this a little bit, but I really want to get your perspective on this. So, what would you say really went wrong on March the 1st?
Well, what went wrong was I didn't anticipate. Now this one thing I can say about Korey Constantine. He has grown to be a real crafty champion in his time being champion. I've watched everything he's done since. Now, but I underestimated his craftiness on that particular day. I didn't think that he would reach out to those guys like the way I didn't think that he got me. You got me that day, Korey. You really did. But will you fool me twice? No, you will not.
Is that what you think happened? No, man. I was in it to handle it by myself. They were sick of your shenanigans. They took it into their own hands.
Well, that's your story, and you can stick to it. But I believe otherwise. But the footage says something else. But hey, neither here.
All right.
I gotta say, man, October 3rd, that's going to be a hell of a showdown, guys. But Korey, I have another quick question for you. So you have had a chance to defend that title since winning it in March the 1st. Can you tell us what that experience was like in the brief period of time you've been able to defend your prestigious title?
Well, all due respect to Chase Bell, he really, really, really brought it, and he showed that he was a little bit more than extravagant eyeshadow. It was an honor to even fight him and see what he was really made of and test his mettle. Rob Horn, similar story. I'd only heard of him for a very short period of time. Seemingly came out of nowhere. Actually, literally came out of nowhere. Hit me with the chair. Like I said before, months of pent-up aggression. It was pretty elementary after that. All due respect to him, he stuck his nose where he shouldn't have, and he didn't handle business the right way, so had to put him down.
Just excellent matches. It's really been a treat watching your first reign as PW225 champion, and I can't wait for October 3rd in Tylertown. I'm absolutely stoked because this card is stacked. We've got Braxton Hunter versus Vladimir Koloff, Christian Blake versus Lucha Locura, Wild Thing versus JTM in a bull rope match, and of course, PW225 Heavyweight Championship rematch. But, Big Ramp, there's another match that I'm particularly looking forward to, and I feel like you may have a vested interest in Amber Rodriguez versus the White Widow, Bristol Hale.
Yes. Matter of fact, when you put some respect on her name when you talk to her, because she's the queen. And when we talk about the queen, it's La Reina Renegada Amber Rodriguez, the newly crowned BRE champion. Yes, she will be there, and she will be victorious over Bristol. Mark my words. Write it down. Take a picture. Email it. Do whatever you got to do to tell anybody. Order it on pay-per-view. Whatever you got to do to get it going. Stream it. Twitch it, whatever you got to do. Just understand that the BRE is coming into Tylertown. And we going out of Tylertown victorious. Either way it goes, all the way around the board. Mark my words. Watch what I say.
Man, thanks for that insight, dude. At least I know I have somebody else I need to look out for.
Well, Korey, I do hope you're enjoying your first reign as the heavyweight champion, and hopefully you have many more opportunities to defend the belt after Tylertown. But we talked we've talked, but maybe, right? We talked about the deep roster, the talented wrestlers at PW225. If you were able to pick anyone on the PW225 roster to defend your belt against other than Gil, who would it be?
Other than Gil, I'd say a few years ago, me and Christian Blake really tore it up. It seems like he's always worthy of title contention. Lucha LaCura, he's finally kind of showing his face. Kind of had my eye on him for a while. Braxton Hunter, man, there's a lot of history between he and I. So, training together for a while. I wouldn't mind seeing how far he's come. Those are just some of them off the top of my head, and then really any of the former champions, because right, current champion would want to know where he stands in comparison to the ones who came before him. So probably be my best answers for you.
No, absolutely. Any of those would be awesome matches. I really hope some of those.
Hey. Let me add on to that. Let me ask you a question myself, Korey. I have a question for you. What about Purple Haze? If I can remember correctly, you guys are 1-1, and you didn't. He even can't help you win, and you didn't. What about that?
Why not? You're right.
What about
I did say
Purple
that I
Haze?
wanted to beat him whenever I was back full health, and I'm better than I've ever been. So, yeah, why wouldn't we run it again? Hell, for all I care, we could maybe run an Iron Man match if we really want to, see what it's all
don't
about.
tease me. Don't tease me. I hope they're listening right now.
Well, all right, guys. Well, we wanted to throw just a quick short debate out to you guys. So, guys, Korey, I'll start with you. Who would you say is the better wrestler between yourself and Gil Gracie?
Why would I put anybody else in that slot but me? Now, if we're talking about wrestler, mat wrestler, Gil Gracie is tried and true in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Having said that, he might have a leg up on me there, but shoot, I have an amateur background as well, martial arts background as well. I've also started kind of taking up a little bit of Jiu-Jitsu, so I feel like I've got a fair, arsenal under me.
Big Ramp, how would you like to respond? I wouldn't expect the current champ to say anything different, because that's what takes you to that place to even become champion. Just like my client, the most dominant, reigning and defending pro wrestling 225 champion in history, the Mad Dog Gil Gracie, I believe he's the best in the world, because I wouldn't back him if I didn't.
Hey, I think you've got a really, really great point. Every time that I've seen Gil Gracie wrestle, I've just been blown away. I don't like necessarily some of the tactics that go into the victories, but there's no mistaking he's one of the greatest to ever lace up a pair of boots.
Oh, absolutely. He's not. I don't think you can carry the moniker of Mad Dog or the background he has and not just be, as I said, just a really intimidating force and just like one hell of a pro wrestler.
So, but that being said, Ramp, I've got one last question.
Okay.
As much as you may not like it, the fans are clearly behind Korey Konstantine. What do you credit to Mr. Constantine's success?
But okay. Now, since we talking the actuality of it. Now, Korey can attest to this himself. I personally tried to recruit Korey Konstantine when he first came to Pro Wrestling 225. He had a match with Christian Blake. I came out, I sat out there, I checked him out, and I was like, okay, this guy got something. I knew this. I knew it from the get-go. I tried to sign him. Now that did not happen. The cards did not fall that way. I ended up signing Chase Bell instead. But I can't do nothing but commend him from rising, coming back from injury, coming all the way back up, and to even defeating the Mad Dog Gil Gracie. He did do that. He did, but he has all the tools. He has all the tools, and maybe one day in the future he get his mind right and he join the enterprise like he should have, and then maybe I can bring him to new heights. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about October 3rd, Tylertown, Mad Dog Gil Gracie taking the title back. But then but that's all I have to say about it.
Korey, would you like to respond to that?
Yeah, I kind of do remember you checking out the match, and maybe we had a little brief discussion, but then you said you went with Chase Bell, which is funny because I just beat Chase Bell. So maybe you bet on the wrong horse, right?
Korey, I got hurt, Korey. I mean, I had to go with who was rolling. You understand? We keeping it real here. We keeping it real on last Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to go with you got hurt, so I had to go with who was rolling. Like, so I mean, that's just really what it is. And by that being said, I promise, I'll scout down. I'm not going to have nothing to do with this match. I'm gonna let y'all just go ahead and do it how y'all do it. Just because this interview went so well and you were being so civil, I promise that I will sit down and have a seat and have me a nice beverage from the concession stand, and I will not be involved in this match.
I tell you what, Ramp. What's your drinking choice? This one's on me.
Okay. Oh well, we'll figure it out when we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I tell Matt, my butler, to send you my riders, and then we figure it out.
All right.
Hey, if you want to stop by here on the way,
yeah, I mean, I'd pick up a sixer, a little celebratory sixer.
Sounds like a plan.
guys, thank you so much. We simply cannot wait for October 3rd in Tylertown. So, last question to both of you. Why should we go? Why should anybody buy a ticket and go all the way to Tylertown to see this match?
Well, I feel like you should come to Tylertown to see the biggest rematch you ever gonna see. You're gonna see the man with the paint himself right there, the amalgamation, Korey Constantine taking on the Mad Dog Gil Gracie, the most dominant, long-reigning, independent pro wrestling 225 champion in history. You got all kinds of stars from all around the world that's gonna be right there in Tylertown where you can see them, you can meet them, you can take pictures with them. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got your mask on and you practicing social distancing, everything gonna be all good. Come out and check out Pro Wrestling 225 in Tylertown. Korey, what you got to say about that?
This may be the first time that we actually agree. But yeah, exactly what he said, man. If the biggest rematch that 225's had to date doesn't sell you on it, then kind of like we said before, right? Christian Blake versus Lakura. You got Braxton Hunter in action. You got Amber Rodriguez showing up as well. I mean, this is big stuff, man. Not only that, but COVID. This is the first live event that 225 is running.
We have been chomping at the bit to get back into a live wrestling show. So this is just going to be the greatest feeling to actually be in a room full of screaming fans while social distancing, mind you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've just been clamoring for some live wrestling, and I think that this is the perfect opportunity for anybody out there on October 3rd, Tylertown, the rematch. And just like we've already gone through that card already. This is going to be a real super card, and I personally am very, very excited for it. And I just cannot wait to see this rematch between the Mad Dog Gil Gracie and the amalgamation Korey Constantine.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Korey. Thank you so much, Big Ramp. Your time is greatly appreciated. We have had a blast talking to you and talking about the biggest rematch in Pro Wrestling 225 history. I'm Landon.
And I'm Paul.
And this is Last Match Standing.